All right, favorite football team?
I don't even really like football like that, but I mean, I'm gonna go with the Niners, man, because they still in the Bay.
What sports do you watch then?
Man, I don't really watch a lot of sports, man. I was never really into it. I got injured. I was always into basketball early on. You know what I mean? I was trying to be a hooper, and man, I feel like God just did not want that to happen. He kept blocking me. You know what I mean? Like every year, I always say I never made the picture. You know what I mean? I never got to get on one knee with the team. But if it was anything, I'd probably say basketball.
All right, it's 2 a.m.
Somewhere.
Ha! Burrito truck or Jack in the Box?
Oh man, come on! I'm from East Oakland, bro. We gonna go to both. I'm gonna probably, you feel me, mob to the truck, give me a couple tacos. You know what I mean? I mean, really, you go to Jack in the Box, you get the tacos and the burger. You know what I'm saying? But Jack in the Crack be too cracking now, man. You know what I mean? Everybody there, late at night, 2 a.m., you're gonna be in line for like 2.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? She tired now, she don't even ready. She don't even wanna do all that shit she was talking about doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just hit this truck real quick so we can get to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Favorite cartoon growing up as a kid?
Woody the Woodpecker.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know, I just remember that. I just remember a lot of, it's a lot of Looney Tunes, a lot of things like that, but for some reason, Woody the Woodpecker stuck out to me, you know what I mean? He was a nuisance, you know what I mean? I always fucked with that.
Why do you feel that people keep saying R&B is dead?
I mean, it's easy to say, you know what I mean? It's just like, saying I love you. It's easy to say these days, you know what I mean? You gotta be careful with it. It's all perspective. Most of the people that say R&B is dead, they ain't out there looking for it. You know what I'm saying? They fishing on the surface. You know what I mean? They trying to find the easy catch. And it's not like that with R&B. We in a system, in a world of a mix now. So everything is mixed. It's not just hip hop no more. It's not just R&B. It's not just pop. Like all these genres is put together. You know what I mean? Like we share a space now. So I can get that it's kind of hard to pick through what's what, because there's like little pieces of it everywhere, you know what I mean? But R&B's not dead, it's just spreading the love. It's spreading everywhere, man. We in hip hop, we in pop, we in country, we everywhere, but if they feel like it's dead, I mean, like history does nothing but repeat itself. So, I mean, obviously it's gonna resurrect. Who
are some artists that you feel are keeping it alive then?
It's this cat named Adrian Marcel, he's pretty dope. Vito's a dope artist that's out there really holding it down. Eric Bellinger, even more from like out here. I've been listening to Laren Wong a lot. He's dope as shit. The women are really holding it down. Her, Kehlani. It's a lot, and I don't want to even get caught up in trying to like go through it because everybody get offended. Like, you didn't say my name. But no, it's a lot of people out there holding it down, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it's just really just imperative to be a part of that number, that's keeping it alive, that's keeping it, thriving, and not just trying to survive, you feel me?
Raphael Saadiq produced your first album. How was that working with him?
Man, it was a blessing. Number one, we from the same town, like, you know what I'm saying, East Oakland, pretty much down in the same block, So we shared a lot of similar views, man, just in a different time frame, different era, And it was dope to be around someone like him who's had so much success, so much knowledge, and to, be reassured that you thinking right. Be reassured that, you on the right path, that, you got your mind right and everything. And just kind of like keeping my focus where it should be, because as a new artist at that time, like, there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of things that you can fall into and you can overthink about things, but, watching the way he works, it's effortless, So I try to, not even try anymore, that's what I do. If it's too, if I gotta put too much effort into it, then, it's just that I'm working too hard. It's not that hard work ain't what it is, but, when you do something, that's what you do, you just do it.
With there being so many distractions, what's a current inspiration for you to keep pushing through music?
A current thing that motivates me a lot is my kids. as a father, you have to have your goals set. You know, you have to have your ideas aligned, you know, on what you want. Your vision has to be clear, you know, and having those bodies, having those lives that you got to take care of, man. You know, it makes it a lot easier to put the blinders on. You feel me? Like all the things that are instant, that give you instant gratification. You know what I mean? It's not worthy of nothing because it don't do shit for them. You know, you have lives in your hands, so it has to be bigger than you. It has to be more than just, you know, your instant surface desires. You know what I mean? You got to go to the depths and figure out like what's necessary for real. So definitely my kids, my family, and progress. Like I love progress, man. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to being 1% better every day. So I think that's right up there too.
With wanting to make sure that you get 1% better every day, how do you balance family and music?
Sacrifice. You give yourself to it. You know what I mean? Like, if I gotta go somewhere, if I gotta do what I gotta do, I gotta go out there and handle that. You know, might go out there that morning, let's just say go to Phoenix that morning, you know, do the show that night, flight early that morning, back home by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Kids gotta get dressed, kids gotta go to school. You know what I'm saying? Lunches gotta get made. You feel me? Like, it's all one job to me. You know what I'm saying? But I just categorize. You know what I'm saying? When you at work, you know, you may have different things that you have to do, different tasks that you do within that day. And if you organize and you prioritize everything properly, you know, time management, workflow goes well. You know, so for me, it's just about sacrifice, man. I want both of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the success over my family, and I don't want my family just over success. I'm not gonna be who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be a father, husband, whatever, but I'm not gonna be no good to self because I'm not satisfying me as well. So, you know, it's really just a sacrifice every day that I'm willing to take. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do it though. No complaints, no excuses, just get that shit done. So that's the purpose. I'm here for that. Like, obviously that's the jobs God gave me, so you feel me? I gotta knock all that down. Yeah.
How old were you when you started your music journey?
Man, I started my music journey. If I go all the way back, man, I had tapes of me at the crib by myself, like at 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? Trying to sing like Genuine songs and shit, you know? I was greasing the sideburns down and everything, you know? I've been at it, man, since I could remember. I mean, I feel like this has always been the calling. You know, it's not something that I just desired. It was something that I was destined for. You feel me? It's so I mean, yeah, that's 30-some years, bruh. Has been that. You know, I came out the womb I slid out the womb. You know what I'm saying, on the temptation slide type shit. You feel me? So, yeah, since the beginning, man.
Have you ever had writer's block?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, but I think that I've had writer's block, you know, because I'm trying to create something that's not real. I'm trying to create something that hasn't existed for me. You know, I'm trying to, you know, draw from imagination. You know, when I got out of that and started to really dive into what's real, what's actually happening, what's in my life, you know, what I've been through, what I'm doing, or what I want to do, or what I've seen, where I've come from, you know, just everything, those real experiences, I think then it changes, it becomes something different, you know. You start to talk on records rather than write them, you know, like you speaking your truth. So for me, everything that I write now is a conversation. You know, if I can't say this to you, then it shouldn't be in this record. You know, I don't write things that are, you know, that are just for the love of writing songs no more, man. Making hits it's really about, you know, journaling. So you don't really get writer's block when you're journaling.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Do you ever take time just to reflect on how much that you've accomplished?
All the time, man. You know, it's how we give thanks. You know, I give thanks to God every day for it, bro. Like every win, every small win. You know what I'm saying? Every note that I'm able to hit, every time I'm able to step on a stage, every time I'm able to be interviewed, be in a position like this, a platform like this. it's all a blessing every day, man. You know, so I make sure that I think about it as much as I can, so that those thoughts of what's not happening, or, you know, what I may want that I haven't received yet, you know, I think that keeps me in the right headspace. You know,
What's your favorite song that you've recorded recently?
it's a lot of new music, man. I've been working. I spent the past like 2 years locked away now, creating just a new sound for myself, a new sound, you know, with some dope folks, you know. Shout out to Sunny B, shout out to Ring Nicole, you know, Chris Ramos. There's been a lot of dope music created, you know, for me that's unheard right now. But it's a record that I have. It's called Link Up, man, and it's really me on my East Oakland shit, you know what I'm saying, for real. You know, and I always had these memories of riding around with my older brother, you know, when I was young, and he was like the most player ass nigga I knew, man. You know, and he, you know, he'd be pulling up on something, and, you know, they get to chopping it up and, you know, talking about the link up and everything, and like going back to stuff like that, moments like that, you know what I'm saying? Like putting those in records and living through that. So, and I really love the record because I wrote it at 4 a.m. with my boy Sonny B, and you know, we was off some shrooms, and we was like up hella late. We had an Airbnb, you know. We got an Airbnb just to turn it into a studio and just write hella records. And it was the last night we was there that morning. We was leaving in a couple hours, and everybody around us is knocked out. The whole entire house is asleep right now, just on the floor, on the couch. I think somebody was linked up against the refrigerator. And we sitting there, and the music was just playing, and it just started coming out. We just started flowing. Like, it was like, and it was a moment. I don't know if it was the shrooms or if it was just the energy, but it was just a moment of just accomplishment, you know what I mean? Accomplishing that. Like, man, we just wrote 4 records today, and then we just pushed one out in 30 minutes, like, you know what I'm saying, before it's a wrap. So it's definitely one of my favorite records, for real.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. Have you experienced someone telling you how your music has affected them?
All the time. I think that's the best part about it, you know. For me, I've never, not to say you don't appreciate it, but I've never been someone that is in it for oh my God, you're so fine. Oh my God, you're so saying, you know, it's like, that's cool, you know what I mean? But that could be any artist, every artist, you know? But when you have a couple that's been together for 10 years, or you have somebody that's telling you like, man, you was the reason why, you know, me and my girl hooked up, or, you know, this is a story why we come together. I mean, when you hear those type of things, man, it's like, it just reassures that you're being impactful in the world. You know what I mean? Like, I can be productive all day. I can go into the studio, I can write 1 million records, man. You know, we can do this all day. We can make records, we can produce them, write them, record them, and all the rest. But being effective has always been more important to me. Being effective is making something that is going to affect the culture. You know, affect someone's spirit, affect people as a whole. You know what I mean? I feel like there's so much bullshit going on in the world, bruh, and so much hate, you know what I mean? And for me, I just want to be the reason why, you know, people last. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the reason why people have a story. You know, they telling their kids, like, you feel me? My parents told me stories about artists that, you know what I'm saying, were their inspiration to stay together. You know what I'm saying? You think about Marvin Gaye, how many people are here because of Marvin Gaye? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's really meaningful to me. That's how you become truly impactful, and you impact the culture, you impact the world, you know? So it touches me every day, bro, every time. It never gets old, you know what I'm saying? Never gets old.
That's tight. How do you plan on giving back to upcoming artists?
You know, for me, I'm always trying to give knowledge. You know what I mean? It's not always about, you know, what I can hand you that's tangible, you know, that you can feel, that you can hold. You know what I'm saying? It's really about what you can retain, you know. I feel like so many artists, we get a shitty end of the stick because, you know, we're sold on the dream. We're sold on, you know, the end goal. You know, you had the big house, the cars, the women, the this, the that, you know, all those selfish desires, you know. But for me, it's more about, you know, being able to teach them the business, you know what I'm saying? To teach them that there's more than just that. You know, there's more than just those desires on the surface. It can go deep. You know, you could change more lives. You know, one thing I've always done, I have a nonprofit called Marcel University, man, and I've always dealt with youth. You know, dealt with the youth and came in and you know, not only worked with them on music, but also worked with them on the process. You know, found a way to, you know, create an environment where they can be creative, but they can also see the steps and see what it takes, you know, teaching them about their PROs, teaching them about they mechanicals and all their royalties, and teaching them about their copyrights, and, you know, and just teaching them about the business and how to be, how to move, you know what I mean, what to look out for, and to understand that, you know, this business is gonna be this business, but it doesn't mean you have to be afraid of it, you know, if you're confident in self. You know, I wanna give confidence to these artists, you know, because I think that that's something that it takes a long time to get to when you dealing with snakes and sharks and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you always feel like the tuna, you know, but when you give them game, when you give them something that they can take on and build off of, I think that's more important. It's like, what's that saying, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, you know what I'm saying? Or even, you know, you teach a man how to fish, he gonna eat for life rather than just giving them fish. Like, I don't wanna just give them anything, I wanna teach them.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. What do you want people to hear or feel when they hear your music?
I want people to feel themselves. I want people to feel real. I want them to come down to reality. You know, I think social media and, you know, just the world in general right now, we all trying to be phallus. Like, we all trying to live in a phallus reality, something that's above our means or past what we actually desire for real, you know? I just want people to be real, feel natural for once. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. You know what I'm saying? I want to inspire people to be them, be who you are. I'm going to be who I am every day, every minute, every hour, every second of this thing. So just keep it 1,000 out with yourself. That's what I want you to do. I want you to hear this music and be like, man, okay, I'm alive. I'm really here. All right, let me step it up, you know? What's happening? It's Adrian Marcel here, East Oakland, you feel me? And I'm chopping up with my people at Just One Take.